I ain't gonna lie. I've been holding a lot of shit in lately. Man, I just had like a 3.5 hour cry.
What do I owe the pleasure? What do I owe the pleasure? Last time we been together, we wash your car for you. We wash your car with no shame in our hustle. When you got them getting it to that wash, and you know that tip gonna be good like this goddamn West Coast. Y'all better start buying this slippery soap, man.
The streets have been on fire, but nobody saw this coming. 50 Cent just unleashed tapes that show Rick Ross looking like he's on the verge of snapping. This isn't your regular rap beef, this is something way bigger. We've got the full story on how these tapes leaked and why they've got Ross ready to tear the whole industry down. 50's move? Legendary chaos. Trust me, once you hear what's on these tapes, you'll understand why Ross is ready to nuke everything.
Just like New York, just like Mount Vernon, New York City, Mount Vernon, and Miami, all that is the same, bruh. Nobody wants to be near him. Nobody wants to touch what he touched, be where he at. You understand? It's crazy, bruh, how his fall from grace, which was never from grace. It's just like the devil just kicked him out of hell, because he was never in nothing graceful and did anything graceful. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you say about, okay, he did the music, he had the bad boy legacy and everything like that, man. But, you know, a few albums, a few people, you know, made to be famous, but they not here to tell their story. Black Rob, Biggie, Craig Mack. They not here to tell their story, bro. And now you got everybody telling his story.
Yeah, and I know 50, he did a recent interview with US Weekly saying that the reason why rappers are quiet about, you know, Diddy's situation is because they've been to his parties and they don't know what got caught on tape.
Bro, those people who was caught at Diddy party did not know that he had 250 tape recorders in that house. That's a big house.
Let me tell you right now, 50 Cent has been playing the longest, nastiest chess game in hip-hop history. Back in 2009, when Ross came at him with that Officer Ricky mess, everyone thought it was just another rap feud. But 50 was plotting on a whole other level. While Ross flexed his Wingstop money and flashy cars online, 50 was lurking, stacking receipts, building ammo. He wasn't responding to small jabs, he was waiting for a kill shot. And just when Ross was feeling invincible, bragging about new businesses and checkers deals, 50 moved. First came the cryptic IG posts, tick, tick, tick. Nobody knew what he meant. Until a random Tuesday, boom, 50 dropped the first tape without a caption. Straight chaos, the industry exploded in seconds.
250 tape recorders in that house that they took, that the feds found. So now with them finding all that and you being at a Diddy party, you know you may have done something that was caught on one of those tapes. You just better pray to God that they don't recognize you. Those people who know that they did something, no, they're not going to speak out. They're not going to say nothing. What part of the game is that? They are not going to come forward and tell on themselves. Nah, not at all. Ice Cube, he said it himself, bro. He said that Diddy's been targeted because of what he said about those folks and those people. Now, the people who was on those tapes may feel like Diddy might be targeting them. Because if he's asked about who is this, who is that, and he's under oath with the federal government, he got to tell them. He's not going to plead the fifth.
Yeah, I know that got to be a terrible feeling, man. You know you did something wrong at Diddy party, and you hoping and praying that it's not caught on tape.
But they don't think they did nothing wrong. That's their lifestyle. That's their lifestyle, bruh. I ask guys all the time, if two men lay down, how many homos get up? What you mean? I mean what I mean. It's what it is.
The reactions came fast and furious. Execs were calling emergency meetings, PR teams scrambling like it was DFC on one. Anyone tied to Ross or Diddy, suddenly ghost. This wasn't petty DM leaks or diss tracks. This was career-destroying precision. Word is Ross was in a business meeting when his phone started blowing up. At first, he laughed it off, thinking it was a 50 joke, until he watched the footage. And baby, the smile dropped. If you think that first take was brutal, insiders say 50 has a vault of even worse clips. Years worth. This wasn't some emotional reaction. This was a cold-blooded 14-year revenge plot, and Ross just walked right into it.
I'm confirming or I'm 100% factual, but it's somebody in this story of things that seems more reliable than others, Race, is what I'll say, just to protect my sources. But this source informed me of who these A-list celebrities are on these tapes that are being allegedly auctioned off online and through the networks. And it's put me in a little bit of a bind because I like to be fully transparent with the audience. I want to say things, but I also realize from what I'm told, because again, I haven't seen them directly yet. I haven't, and I don't know if I want to. Race, I want your advice on that too. But the problem I have is just like, typically I want to report these things, but I got to be careful legally, ethically, morally as to what we report on here. Because as Ariel, the lawyer here, did admit, and I can attest based on the information I got from a separate, reliable source, people in these videos don't know they're being videotaped. That's a big issue, Race, right? Let's start out right there. If there are people on these tapes that don't know that they were being filmed, is that okay to talk about and to share?
I have a big problem with that, as do you, Andy. And you tend to be an ethical guy, and you're taking the high ground here. Notwithstanding the fact that you may have some significant information and reliable information, but the reality is that, look, I mean, if people were recorded non-consensually and you're the one to identify them, I think that's a problem, right? And I think anytime anyone has content, right, this is not an email, this is not a text message, this is video. And there's specific statutes without using specific language I don't want to get into, but everybody knows what we're talking about here.
It's Diddy with this person. I'll say that. It's Diddy with this person. Actually, yes.
Yeah, and see, the problem is, again, like non-consensually recorded, you've got a victim here who may not want to be publicly identified. That's the problem. That's the problem. And they have a right to proceed if they want to, whether it's criminally or civilly, without being identified, because we know what's going to happen. As soon as they identify themselves, there's going to be a bunch of people that come out of the woodwork who are going to unequivocally harass them and claim that didn't happen, and they're making stuff up. And there's the victims that we want to protect here, and that's significant.
Well, it's interesting because here's why I wanted to have this conversation, because I know a lot of you are like, Andy, just say it. No, I'm not going to say them, but I wanted to have this conversation as to why we're not saying it and why I think others haven't yet said it, Raised, because again, legally, ethically, morally, it's just not right. Now, there's an argument I've had with people who are like, well, they knew what they were doing with Diddy. Like these were consensual acts. Like they knew, and he filmed other times. So I don't know what the big deal is. It's going to come out. It's going to come out is what I keep hearing from other reliable sources. It may come out, but it's not going to come out via me. That's just to warn you all, because I don't think it's wise for us to put out something like you just confirmed it without the consent of the other person in the video. Because again, from what I'm gathering based on some of these tapes, and again, we're still learning more and I haven't seen them much.
Remember when Ross always said he never messed with certain people? Well, these tapes expose all those lies. 50 dropped Ross caught in 4K, partying, making deals, cozying up to folks he's denied ever knowing. There's audio too. Ross casually bragging about secret deals with Diddy and others, setting up artists behind closed doors. The way he talks about it so shamelessly has the whole industry shook. Veterans are saying this ain't just bad optics, it's career-ending stuff. All those old rumors Ross tried to kill about how he got his start, now there's video proof painting a very different picture, and it's ugly. Next voice, next voice. The industry's reaction, nuclear. According to one executive, this isn't rap beef, this is reputation assassination. At the exact moment Ross is trying to expand his empire and Diddy's battling lawsuits, these tapes hit like bombs. Ross's label scrambled, holding back-to-back emergency meetings. Brand partners started pulling back. Nobody wants to be next to someone whose dirty laundry just went viral. And the biggest fear? 50's not done yet. Every time Ross tried to deny something publicly, insiders say 50 had another tape locked and loaded. It wasn't long before Ross realized he wasn't just fighting rumors, he was fighting footage. That's when things really got ugly.
Isn't it weird that the government was so interested in Diddy's baby oil that they took 1,000 bottles away from his house? If the government took 1,000 bottles of baby oil and somebody had things what appeared to be baby oil, and then you have to listen to the prosecutor. He said that they seized 1,000 bottles what allegedly to be baby oil. Allegedly to be baby oil. So that's telling people that it wasn't baby oil. And people think that that was baby oil, they out their mind. I don't believe it was baby oil. Yo, bro, when they went up in there, they knew what they was going to find. They knew what was ever in that baby oil or that those bottles that appeared to be baby oil, they knew about that at first. You got to realize 9 times out of 10, that individual that got caught at the airport, that was supposed to be their carrier, told them what they was doing and what they had. I wouldn't put him past that he told them everything. So when they went up in there, they knew they had to take whatever was out there, and that thing that appeared to be baby oil, they took that. They got to test every last one of them. Let's see how much, let's see how many of those come back to be baby oil. Bro, listen to me. Costco don't sell that much baby oil. Where you know sell that much baby oil?
Yeah, I don't know any store that sell that much baby oil. I know Costco, they came out and said that they don't even sell baby oil.
My sentiments exactly.
But you personally, right, what do you believe was in the baby oil?
If you ever seen a massage parlor being raided and they walking out the people, do they take the massage oil with them when they go? No, they just walk out the people who are being arrested.
Nobody was ready when it got worse at 2 a.m. Ross wasn't just mad, he was unhinged. In a 15-minute Instagram rant, he started firing off threats like a man who had nothing left to lose. He wasn't even denying the tapes anymore. He was raging, pacing, looking straight up broken. Voice messages flew, lawsuits were threatened. Wild accusations were made. Ross was unraveling live in front of the world. His team tried desperately to do damage control, but Ross kept sabotaging them, going live, dropping addresses, exposing secrets. Even his closest allies were begging him to laud off, but he just kept pouring gasoline on the fire. It was a full-blown meltdown in real time. Next voice, next voice. Ross's desperation hit another level. First, he tried copyright strikes to get the tapes pulled, but it was too late. They'd already spread everywhere. Next, he started throwing millions around, trying to find who leaked the footage to 50. By sunrise, he had violated multiple Instagram policies, had his accounts restricted 3 times, and was still making burner accounts to keep going. And just when you thought it couldn't get messier, Ross started dragging other artists into the chaos, exposing unpaid verse deals, fake streaming numbers, secret contracts. He burned every bridge he ever built. People who might have defended him suddenly had to pick sides, and Ross made it real easy to walk away. The industry had officially split into 2 camps, and the sides shocked everyone. Next voice, next voice.
A person getting arrested and the people being arrested in those brothel houses. Do they take out the stuff in the brothel houses? No, they don't. They take the individuals who are being arrested out the brothel houses. For them to take 1,000 bottles of baby oil, it's like that they did not leave one. They left people there, but they ain't leave not one bottle. Nobody needed no baby oil. So my whole thing about it is that there was something in that other than baby oil. That's why they took all the bottles. And 9 times out of 10, if I would give it a wild guess, it was, and like some of the people told me, it was probably that GHB.
What's that?
I think it's gamma hydrox. I looked it up, bro. Let me see. See if I can find it. I know this is just showing everything like that, but oh no. Let me. Yo, somebody tap dance or sing or do something, you know what I'm saying, while I'm doing this. Oh, here it go right here. It's gamma hydroxy butyric. What is it effect on the body? It's a euphoria, drowsiness, decreased anxiety, and memory impairment. It works on the nervous system and gives you this feeling of euphoria. So they take that and rubbed it on her, and you forget who you are, what you're doing. It can also give you memory loss, drowsiness. And that's under the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration.gov.